Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I'm trying to navigate the Whoniverse. I've been on the outside of Doctor Who fandom for a few decades now. I saw the show when I was a kid, Tom Baker repeats, and maybe a few of the later Doctors. And I had some appreciation for Doctor Who, but I didn't really get into it. I sort of got into Star Trek, and yeah, I'm not going to go into the whole competitiveness there. But yeah, I wanted to catch up, and then I discovered there are a few issues, like not all the seasons have been released on DVD or Blu-ray, and not all the episodes are available, not all the episodes exist. But I thought I could at least maybe just pick a year from like the 70s after they sort of had thrown out the tapes, and my understanding was there was a point where that wasn't an issue. There was only some years were affected by that. But then I just saw the trailer for Doctor Who Season 13 on Blu-ray, and I'm like, was that not released? That's a Tom Baker season. I thought all the Tom Baker seasons and some of the later seasons were all available. I thought it was just the older ones they were holding back because they were animating them or still hoping to get copies of the episodes that we know fans have. There are fans out there who have episodes of Doctor Who they're holding on to because either they're scared of getting in trouble because of how they got them, or they just want to be the only ones who have them, the only ones who can watch them. And we probably won't see them until like they die and like their kids inherit them and they end up handing them over to the BBC or something. But yeah, so I just saw this trailer dropped a few hours ago. It looks good because my understanding is the 70s stuff was all done on film, so they're able to scan it on a Blu-ray and it looks really good. They don't have to upscale video or anything like that. Now that's probably going to be a problem for the 80s shows because, my God, the credits, the opening credits for the last couple of Doctors looked awful because they tried to use CGI effects when they were still in their infancy, and they just look awful. They look like just bad computer game graphics, just woeful. And I'm guessing some of the effects look like that because I watched a fan YouTube documentary who basically did a decent analysis of all the Doctors, and I've gotten up as far as the Wilderness and the 96 movie, because it sort of ends there and then it goes into Eccleston. I haven't started those because I want to watch the episodes and then sort of watch like the history and reviews and stuff afterwards. But I'm watching all the history and reviews of the older shows because I've watched a few stories from each sort of era, and just to get an idea of the show, because that's all that is available to me at the time. I know there are more stories that were released on DVD that my library doesn't have and I haven't bought. Because I've got a few and then I've borrowed a few. But yeah, I was under the impression I could at least pick a year and start from there forward. But apparently that would have been before Tom Baker, but apparently I couldn't even do that because they're not all available and I thought they were. So I'm not sure if these were ones that maybe they're already released on DVD and now they're just being upgraded to Blu-ray. I need to go and investigate this, but I can't find it. I've tried to Google a couple of times and I could find certain seasons to buy, but I couldn't really find anyone going through which seasons were available and where the sort of current sort of where they were sitting with what was available and what wasn't. So I just sort of gave up and thought I'd do that later. But I just want to talk for a minute about the trailer, that it looks good. It looks like, film scanned, always looks amazing on Blu-ray. And I've always thought the effects in those days that were sort of practical and film effects all looked pretty good. Even like Doctor Who always had a reputation for being cheap and bad, but when I was watching the 70s episodes, 60s and 70s and 80s episodes, early 80s episodes, I thought the production looked good. Once you get into the mid-80s, they start to get cheap. Davros looks just like a rubber mask, and some of it looks bad, and I'm like, how did they not get better? Like, how is the 70s effects better than the 80s? Aside from digital, which, would have seemed amazing and modern at the time and easier and cheaper probably, but we're going to age badly. The practical effects seem to get worse as well, so that was news. I didn't realise that was an issue. But yeah, I just want to talk for a minute about that, see what other people think. What are they doing with the DVD and Blu-ray releases? What are their plans? Are they just going to release seasons that are incomplete and just call it season 1 and just not say complete, and then do supplementary videos if they find new stories and they get released? Or maybe they're afraid they'll release them all and then someone will hand over a warehouse of 20 stories or something, then they have to redo them all again or something. I just don't know how you do work around that. but there must be something to do in the meantime. I think just individual stories, I guess, is what they've been doing. I don't have access to all of them. I don't even know how many they did. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. You know, ding the bell. Look at my channel, see what other videos are coming out, and let me know what you think about the I guess it's from the BBC, the DVD and Blu-ray releases of Doctor Who and how they're going about them, and the quality, and yeah, I just am finding it really difficult to just get a real sense of Doctor Who, because it's just really hard to just access. There's not a lot. Now, you can buy a lot of the episodes on like YouTube and other platforms to watch, and some streaming platforms have access to what is available, but there's still a lot missing, and it's just messy and I can't navigate it, but I'm gonna have to work it out at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna go.